Hello, my name's Julie Noted. I am a drag queen in the Manchester scene, should I say on the Manchester scene, in or about, whatever you want to call it. I currently work at Kiki. At the moment, that's where you will usually find me, generally being a bit of a mess, hopefully being fabulous for all times. And I've been doing it now for quite some time. I've been doing it for just over 18 months. Actually, it's not quite that time, I guess it's quite new. And no, yes, obviously I've been doing it for a little while now, and it's become quite the adventurous lifestyle, as I'd like to call it. That's probably being quite nice, actually. It's probably filthy as anything, but, you know, I'm trying to be PC in my way of talking darlings. Obviously, I'm pig to some, but trashy to others, and fabulous, hopefully, at all times. So how did I get into drag? Well, it's quite an interesting story. It's not that interesting, really, but it's whether I want to give you the PC version of it or the real version of it. Basically, I have a lot of friends who are fabulous drag queens in and around the village in Manchester. And it was a few years ago, when they decided they would take the opportunity at Pride. We'd all been out the night before, we were all back at one of my friend's flats and we were all partying on, and they decided to dress me up. So a wig went on my head, one person did half my face, the other did the other half of my face, and the other one named me, and before you knew it, Julie Noted was born into existence, as we can call it. So that's probably a bit of a toned down version. Obviously there was a lot of alcohol, we were very, very drunk. But from that, a few weeks after that, obviously I spoke to one of my friends, and he very kindly offered to basically do my makeup and to take me out into Manchester, into the village, and to do drag. I wasn't working or anything, it was just going out. And I went out and then decided to sort of get known, or get noted, if that's the right way of putting it, by a few different people, and yeah, it just sort of developed on from there, really. And I always expect it's going to end next month, and I'm always a bit surprised it's going on as long as it has, but it's also very humbling, and it's fabulous at the same time. I say fabulous a lot. That's probably my way of not swearing. So my happiest time performing, it's tough one, really, because I wouldn't say I've done loads of performances in drag. I'm still learning a lot of them different things, and I'm still coming to do them sort of performances, I guess. But I guess one of my most happiest ones, well, there's two. I'm going to say two. I have to say two, because there is two. Basically, there was one where the first ever time performing at Cha Boudoir. That was incredible. I think, really, as a drag queen, it's obviously quite an important part of Manchester's drag scene, you know, and for someone like me, who was a very newish drag queen at that time, it meant a lot to be able to perform there, and it was nice to see all your friends there and everyone cheering you on, and it was a lot of fun, and it was, well, I was dressed as a camel, so that can say enough as it is, really, isn't it? But it was a lot of fun to do. And I think, you know, another one that I really enjoyed as well was at Kiki, when they did Kiki Queens. It was one of the rounds that they did, and I got to do a big Britney number, and I love Britney Spears. And yeah, I got to do this big number, and we started on the podium, and I had people with big confetti cannons, and they popped it all off. I felt like Britney Spears, if I'm absolutely honest. I didn't look like Britney Spears, put it that way, but I felt like her. And yeah, I guess they're my two big ones that I've really enjoyed doing. And I obviously, you know, you want to do more and more, and hopefully that will come with time. But yeah, I'd say they're my two happiest moments for definite. Embarrassing moments when performing. Which one's embarrassing moments would I do drag? Because I think there's always been embarrassing moments. I'm trying to think of ones that I can share with the world, because some of them are very embarrassing. I think when I very first started out doing drag, obviously you have a lot of alcohol thrown around, and it's all very new and it's all very exciting. And obviously with alcohol comes bad lifestyle choices. So let's just say I did some very silly things in the very beginning of drag. So there were some very embarrassing moments. I can't remember them, so I don't think they really count. I think sometimes, I think in drag in general, you know, if you go flying on your backside, see, not swearing, that's embarrassing. I've fallen a few times coming out of different bars. Wigs have fallen off, eyelashes have fallen off, the makeup's smudged, your tits have fallen out, your lots of different things, your manhood's popped out. That's always exciting when that pops out. Yeah, so I guess I can't really pinpoint exactly embarrassing moment unless you wanted me to give you some very dirty details, but yeah, well, you know me, I'm a filthy little pig, aren't I, darlings? I see sort of drag as, it can be many things for many different people. It can be an art form, it can be a form of escapism. It can also be the first step, I guess, to building your confidence and discovering who you are. And the reason I think, you know, perhaps a lot of trans women do go through drag first sometimes is because you create a character, you create a confidence, and it gives you, you know, even myself, you know, in my day-to-day life, I think, you know, drag has made me more confident to go out there in the world. So I think, you know, it is a fantastic step to sort of take, you know, and it helps you really to discover your own self in some ways, you know, whether it's as a trans woman or as a man who does drag, you know, it can have benefits for both, I believe. And sort of building character and, you know, really getting used to just different things, like, you know, the whole dressing up, the makeup, the character, the hair, all that sort of stuff. And it can be a lot of fun as well, so why not try it? My advice for up-and-coming performers, drag queens, don't do it. No, I'm only joking, do it. I don't know. Do you know what? I think the best thing to do is to be true to yourself, be nice. I've always said, you know, I'll never be a bitch queen. I would never want to be one of them. Obviously, we all have our moments, of course, darlings. But I just think be true to you. Know that you're going to make some mistakes. Know that you're going to get some falls and going to get some setbacks. But you're also going to get a lot of things given to you as well. And I think the Manchester drag scene at the moment is in a very unique place. I think there's a whole wide range of different drag queens out there, and there's room for you to really be any character you want, you know, so don't think you need to follow a particular queen or a particular style. If you've got something in mind that you want to do, then just run with it. And that's really what my advice would be. I'm still running with it now, even with heels on or off sometimes. Breaking into the Manchester drag scene myself, I think I was very lucky. I was very lucky that I had a lot of good friends around me who supported me and taught me everything I knew to be able to do the job that I did, really. I think, you know, obviously the hard parts are, you know, some people can be a bit threatened when they see a new queen on the scene, I think. And, you know, some people are just I don't know, they're just very guarded and they don't really like to see someone, you know, might know, oh, that queen's going to take my job or something like that. But I never really got bothered by any of that. I just sort of take it as it comes, enjoy it for what it is. And, you know, I think the community is quite nice. I mean, you know, we are very much a community in Manchester beyond a lot of other scenes, I think, up in the UK. So I think we're very lucky, you know, and we do tend to have each other's back a lot. But I think being surrounded by the friends that I've got, you know, I've been very blessed in that sense. So, yeah, they mean a lot to me. Drag, to me, it's something which, I mean, I've always loved to do creative stuff. You know, and being a child, I was one of them weird only children that would go in and like talk to themselves. So you go to like a supermarket and you'd see me running around, and the supermarket was no longer a supermarket. It was actually Power Rangers power station half the time, and obviously I was the pink Power Ranger. And yes, I was always creative. I loved performing. I did a lot of amateur dramatics growing up throughout school, and then kind of got to college, and it kind of just stopped for a long time. And even though when I went to uni, I did English literature and drama. I didn't do any kind of drag stuff. So I did little performances here and there, and then left uni, and then again it just kind of stopped for a long time. And so I think once drag sort of came along, I sort of just took it like the bull with the horn sort of thing, just because I just loved the creativity behind it, the escapism behind it, and just being able to sort of create your own character. And I created voila, do you know what I mean? And I love it. I absolutely do enjoy it a lot, and I don't think you would do it if you didn't enjoy it. And that's really sort of what it means to me. It's my little creation, my thing that I made, and I'm proud of that, definitely. I think the way I sort of see drag going is, I think obviously RuPaul has had a massive, massive influence on drag, whether you like RuPaul or not. I think it's made it more mainstream, which in ways I think is very good, and in other ways I guess some drag queens feel a little bit like they like the fact that drag was always a bit more alternative. Obviously American drag is very much about being a fishy queen, if that's the right way to put it. I've never been a fishy queen, but it's all about being fishy and female impersonation and stuff, which is fabulous in itself. But I think British drag's always been about playing a character, and I think what British drag has took perhaps from the American drag is, they want to definitely play on the female impersonation part more. I guess it's given them the confidence to do that, but not lose that British sort of character side to it, which I think is unique to the British drag scene. That everyone's playing a character to an extent, and you can play around with that character and you can do whatever you want with it. So I think it's like a blend of both, and hopefully as it goes on, that's sort of where it will go. I mean, who knows, I'm a pig at the end of the day, darlings. I just look here, I look fabulous. Some people say I look like Bette Lynch, or like Britney Spears after she shaved her head. But no, I think that's hopefully where I do definitely see drag going, is, that's where I see it. But again, it's unique to what everyone thinks around the world. But I think the American and British is sort of hopefully going to continue to blend well.